يركض يا الطارش يلم عنا خط بكتابك بترحيبك لو سرابك ليلك وجنة بالدجا في الليل تسريبك واسأل عنا له منا قل
فتح الحيرة, or in English, the siege of Al-Hirah, that took place in 633 CE, or 11 years after the Hijrah. The Muslims defeated the Sassanians at the Battle of Yوليس. This was a great victory for the Rashidun Caliphate, as it was the first time that the Muslims had defeated a Persian army that had outnumbered them 4-1. The road to the city of Al-Hirah was now opened. On the way, the Muslim army took the city of Amgoshia with no resistance. The army that was garrisoned there had went and fought at the Battle of Yوليس. As a result, the city was taken without bloodshed. The city was intact and held massive war booty. It is mentioned that this city had more wealth than the 4 battles that they had won before. When the news of the fall of Amgoshia came to the Khalifa Abu Bakr, he remarked about Khalid that the woman will never produce a baby like Khalid ibn al-Walid ever again due to his massive accomplishments in fighting against the Sassanian armies. The governor of Al-Hirah was Azad Bey. He was from the Sassanian nobility. He decided that he needed to slow the advancements of the Muslims as much as possible. He sent his son with a scouting party to block the dams of the river in order to deprive the Muslims from water. This strategy was meant to slow the Muslims as much as possible. When Khalid knew about this, he sent an army to attack the scouting party of the Sassanids. The Sassanids lost in this encounter, and the son of Azad Bey was killed. This was very depressing for the Sassanian nobility that was in the city of Al-Hirah. Azad Bey mourned for the loss of his son. He left the city and went to Ctesiphon. He gave command of the defense of the city to Malik ibn Ism and the other Arab nobility in the city. Khalid ibn al-Walid then marched to the city of Al-Hirah. Khalid ibn al-Walid and the Muslims entered the city without any resistance. Khalid was surprised that there was not even one man guarding the city gates. When the Muslims entered, they found that the Arab army was stationed in the 4 citadels. The first citadel was called the White Castle. This castle was commanded by Ibn Qubaysa. The second citadel was called the Castle of the Addasin and was commanded by Adi ibn Adi. The third citadel was that of Bani Mazin and was commanded by Ibn Uqayl. The last citadel was that of Ibn Mukhayla and was guarded by Amr ibn Abd al-Masih. Khalid ibn al-Walid gave the city 3 options. He told them that if they converted to Islam, then there will be no fight. If they accepted the jizya, the war would also stop. However, if they rejected both options, then the war would go on. Khalid gave them 1 day to decide. Khalid divided his forces into 4 contingents. The commanders of these sections of the army were Dirar ibn al-Azwar, al-Muthanna ibn Haritha, Dirar ibn al-Khattab, and Dirar ibn Muhsin. Dirar was a common name among the Arabs. Also, Dirar ibn al-Khattab is not related to Umar ibn al-Khattab, who was one of the noblest companions of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and the second Khalifa. On the second day, Khalid ordered Dirar ibn al-Azwar and his contingent to attack the White Castle. The Muslims were hit by a volley of rocks coming from siege catapults the Arab defenders were using. The Muslims were able to disarm them and capture the catapults for their advantage. After some fighting, Amr ibn Abd al-Masih requested to talk with Khalid. He agreed and met with him. Khalid and him deliberated on the situation of the siege. Khalid called him to the message of Al-Islam. Ibn Abd al-Masih, however, rejected, but he offered to pay the jizya tax. The jizya tax was 190,000 dirhams a year. The Muslims stopped fighting and the city was opened for them. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, mentioned something very interesting on the opening of Al-Hirah. During his lifetime, he told his companions that one day you will open this city, the city of Al-Hirah. He also told them that the first person to leave the city was the daughter of Abd al-Masih. When all of this came true, it's a very big boost to the morale of the Muslims and to their belief. After the siege of Al-Hirah, Iraq was conquered for the Muslims. Al-Hirah was the biggest city in this region, and it had fell for the Muslims. This victory made the Sassanians know that they are dealing with an incredible force. More Sassanian Muslim battles will be covered in future videos. Also, the incredible movement of the Muslim army to Syria and Muslim Byzantine battles will also be covered in future videos.
ليلك وجنة بالدجا في الليل تسريب
واسأل عنا له منا قل علامات انت تدريبه ندعيكم غايب عنا والحكم ميوز في الغيبة ينبغي الإنسان يتأنى ويحكم بأحكام مصيبة لا تحس بالحيف ذا منا إن صفنا